Showtime! The capital G show starts right now.
What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why I try not to take breaks, because information on the internet is a 24-hour flowing entity. And just because I stop does not mean news will. So you guys all knew about the supposed ban list that was leaked from a highly credible source who had apparently never been wrong before. This is the one with Trish that has everybody all up in arms. Some people are mad, some people love it, and some people are dropping $30 to $40 on Trishulas, and places are selling out, to say the least. Now, apparently, in the last couple of hours, I was sitting here watching the movie Watchmen. Very good movie. Just saw it for the first time. Back to the point. Apparently, V-Jump scans have been released, and that's pretty much the nail in the coffin as far as quote-unquote confirmation. I know it's technically not confirmed until Konami actually posts it on their website, but the V-Jump has never really lied to us, so, I mean, you can take it for what it is. Not saying that this is real, not saying that this is fake, but I personally believe that it's real because we now have authenticity of the V-Jump, you know what I mean? And even though it's only midnight here in America, it's about 9 a.m. in Japan, so the V-Jump is floating around in people's hands. I mean, you can go out to any random store and just buy it, you know what I mean? Your local bookstore or whatever. And also in this picture, and again, the quality is always pretty shitty. I don't know why the first scans of the V-Jump is always like the worst quality ever, considering Japan makes like 90% of electronics. You think they know how to use their own products. Anyways, you can actually see the next page over. I mean, you can't see it clearly, but you can actually see the next page over. So I'm just going to dive in. I'm going to say that this is almost certainly our list, and I know that you can obviously wait for Konami to post it, but me personally, I'm just I'm just one of those people who hates waiting. It's just a pet peeve of mine. So I'd rather not wait a week to talk about something that's probably legitimately right in my face right now. So newly forbidden, these cards were all banned by Konami. Burner, Lightning, Reactan, and Stream. They hit all the baby dragons. That is crazy because the last time I remember a card going from 3 to 0. I believe that was Dark Strike Fighter. I mean, they didn't even limit these things. On one hand, it's like, well, you gave them, you know, you gave the big dragons baby dragons, and a lot of people say, well, the baby dragons is what gave the deck like the speed because you can summon them straight from the deck. You had a way to tutor them, and I guess it was Konami's original intention for the elemental dragons not to be a standalone deck, but for you to more or less just splash them in decks, kind of like what Robbie did at that YCS that he topped, you know, kind of like throwing Redox into gadgets or throwing, you know, throwing Blaster into like Lavals. And I mean, pretty much that's how you're going to be forced to play them now because 12 dragons ain't going to cut it. You have no way to get them on the field. And I mean, to me, this kind of seemed like overkill, but at the same time, now you don't have to hit like the random shit like Gold Sarcophagus and, you know, the Sacred Seven Sword cards that are not really problematic when they're not combined with Dragon Rulers themselves. The big ones anyway. Spellbook of Judgment. Okay, so this is going to hurt the sales of Lord of the Tachyon Galaxy, but I think it's for the greater good. This card had to go. I don't want to hear about limited. You only needed one to go balls to the wall. I think that this card had to go. It was like, man, this was the most problematic card in the entire game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Way too much pluses. You know, you get the special summon shit from the deck, and when you get Jogan, your opponent's options are crazy limited, not to mention you get something like Fate to back you up. I mean, it's like you either heavy storm your opponent or you just auto lose right then and there. This card had to go. For the newly limited cards, all of these are restricted to one. We have Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Rooster, Genex Ally Birdman, Mermail Abyssteus, Wind Up Shark, Trishula, Number 11 Big Eye, Divine Wind of the Mist Valley, Super Rejuvenation, and Abyss Spear. Okay, so Rooster was pretty much, I think it might have been like a preemptive strike on 3-axis. I mean, my understanding is that in the OCG, you know, if it was devoid of spellbooks and what's that, Dragon Rulers, that Fire Fists were actually doing really well against, you know, at least combating Evil Swarm. And I know the 3-axis deck is not completely dependent on Synchro, so they can at least make some plays against Ophion. You know, they have Exceeds that they can go into. Rooster is one of the key parts of their deck. I mean, it's pretty much Rooster and Leopard, right, that pretty much gets the deck rolling. And I think it's just kind of a preemptive strike. Birdman and Divine Wisp, Divine Mist Valley. I know that it has an FTK there. I kind of get this. It's not really played, so I don't really understand why they hit. They should have just limited Birdman. Like, you know, the Mist Valley, like, that's a legitimate card. That card is so good with, like, Blast Fan and shit. So now you might as well, like, not even play the deck. Like, the deck is basically dead now. Birdman, I mean, I guess, like, Karakuri played, you know, Heretics, like, most decks ran, like, 2, so that kind of sucks. I don't know. I don't feel like it was necessary. Mermail Abyssteus. This one, it seems legitimate to me because Abyssteus, it just being level 7 was like the real reason why this card is so good, is because it combos so easily with Megalo. But this card is really solid. Like, it's always going to be a plus. Like, if you discard any Atlantean, you know, you're going to get an effect off that Atlantean, and then the Abyssteus is going to search a card. So the card that you discarded is instantly replaced by the card that you searched. Not to mention the Atlantean is going to trigger, or if you discard like a Gundy, that's going to trigger too. So I can kind of understand hitting this instead of hitting something like Abyss Megalo, which takes 2 discards. You might not always be able to, you know, meet that condition. All right, so Wind Up Shark. This is really odd, and actually I'm going to talk about Wind Up Magician, which is a card that they semi-limited, or excuse me, that they unlimited. This actually makes a lot of sense. It's just like, why did they just notice it now? Wind Up Shark is the broke card in Wind Ups as far as them just going balls to the wall and, you know, going ape shit all over the field. It's not Wind Up Magician, and the reason why I say that is because how the fuck do you trigger Wind Up Magician 99.9% of the times? By using Shark. Shark is like Bora or Kizan. It's one of those cards you just throw on the field and it just gives you instant offense. The problem is Wind Up Shark triggers everything. Like, it triggers Magician, it triggers Factory. So every time you summon Shark, it's automatically going to trigger another card on the field unless you're just fucking up. Like, I mean, have you ever had like somebody summon a Magician and somehow trigger it in the same turn without using Shark? Like, that shit don't ever happen because it's just, you know, unless you like happen to reborn a Wind Up Rat in the same time. Like, you have to have like the nuts or something. 90% of the time that people trigger Magician, it's with Shark. So if you limit Shark, they pretty much only have one shot at it. Trishula. Konami clearly watches my YouTube channel. Welcome back, good buddy. I'm not really going to talk about Trish that much. If you want to know what I think of Trish coming back, just watch my video, The Return of Trishula. Number 11, Big Eye. Okay, so again, I did a video called Go Home Big Eye, You're Broke, and I completely agree with this. Big Eye has Snatch Steal built into it. That is band level power. Now, I understand Draco Sack was like one of the main focuses. Draco Sack just pop shit. I mean, yeah, he protects himself and he's kind of a bitch to deal with. Big Eye, again, it's fucking Snatch Steal built into it. It doesn't matter if your monster's face up, face down, he takes it. And if you kill the Big Eye, who cares? Like, I still took your monster. You have to kill both of them just to get even. Like, Big Eye is fucking crazy. Super Rejuvenation, I really don't think is that, I mean, it's not necessary now because, like, nobody anticipated them going this ham on Dragon Rulers. Like, just saying, we're going to kill half of the fucking Dragon Rulers recreated. Nobody anticipated them saying, you know, you can only play 6 Dragon Rulers. So, like, to hit Super Rejuvenation at this point is, like, redundant. I mean, the only other deck that will probably play it was what, you know, Heretics or something. So I mean, I understand it because now you'll never have a reason to play Rejuvenation ever again. But to me, it seems redundant. Like, Dragon Rulers ain't a deck ever again. Abyss Spear, I'm okay with this one. Mainly because it made the Mermail deck pretty much impervious to back row removal. You could never blind MST them. If you heavy storm them, you were always running a risk of them having the spear and them chaining it, getting Mermaid Bitch, and then, you know, just getting like lead or whatever. Not to mention, it'll make people actually search other shit with Megalo. Like, now people will have to play Abyss Squall. They'll have to play the Abyss, I don't know the name. It's like Meshuti or something. The little armor card that's actually really, really good, you know, that negates a spell. Like, if you put that on Abyss Gaios, that shit is awesome. I don't know why nobody plays that card. I would have actually rather seen Dragoons get hit than Abyssteus, but that's just me. Semi-limited Gladiator Beast Bestiari Glad format. Oh, by the way, I actually created that. Everybody says it, but yeah, I created that like 5 or 6 years ago on Pojo. Anyways, I like this a lot. Bestiari is a card that I think everybody's been lobbying to come back. It would have been nice if Book of Moon would have also been on here, but it's not, unfortunately. But yeah, definitely anytime Glads get support, I'm definitely going to clap it up because Bestiari is not really a problem card. Emissary of the Darkness Gorz. Wow. Didn't see that one coming. I think the reason Gorz went to 2, and I don't really have a problem with it. Everybody's like, oh, you can't attack directly ever again. Okay, yeah, we'll see how long that shit lasts. The thing about it is, when was the last time somebody effectively used Gorz? Like, 99% of the time, you either, like, your opponent had fucking Jogan on the field, or you'd be like, okay, drop Gorz, and your opponent be like, okay, that's cool, make Big Eye in main phase 2, snatch still Big Eye. Or make Draco Sack in main phase 2, blow up Gorz. Like, Gorz was a card that just lost his way. Like, it became so inefficient in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, I understand that making rank 7 Xyz isn't going to be as easy, but still, I don't really feel like Gorz going to 2 is going to, like, fucking crumble the way that we, you know, think of the battle phase. Neo-Spacian Grandmole going to 2, wow. It's like kind of indirect Glad Beast support, especially if you're running the control variants or basically any anti-meta deck, to be honest. I like that one. Black Whirlwind to 2. Fuck you, Konami. Put that shit at 3. You guys know that I've been saying since Wind Up Factory's at 3, Whirlwind should be at 3 because Wind Up Factory is like 15 cards or 15 times better than Black Whirlwind because Wind Up Factory can search on both turns and because your monster doesn't have to stay face up to activate the effect of a Whirlwind. Hell, you can even activate fucking Wind Up Factory from the hand if you use something like Wind Up Shark, or your effects can activate from the hand. And then the unlimited cards, and there are quite a few. Tsukiyomi, no one cares. Wind Up Magician, once again, they swapped it with Shark. Again, I don't understand why you'd ever play 3 Magician. Like, the only time Magician ever triggers during the turn you normal summon it is with Shark. Unless somehow you have the nuts and you, like, Call of the Haunted or Monster Reborn, a Wind Up Rat or something like that. Even with only 1 Shark, I still see that play is like not that great. Advanced Ritual Art, I really can't see it doing much because Ophion just like shits on ritual decks and it makes them unplayable. If there was, we gotta find better ways of dealing with Ophion than just XC Encore because I want to play Herald. Emergency Call, I'm cool with that. I don't really think that there's that big of a difference between 2 and 3. In my control versions of heroes, I only ran 2 in a Rhoda anyway, so it's like I don't really see a point. Pot of Duality, fucking thank God. Like that card at 2 was so random. Like Pot of Duality should have never been at 2. Scapegoat. Here's something funny, right? 3 Scapegoat, 3 Pot of Duality. Anybody else realize that Burn indirectly got more support? Like, you think I'm not going to run 3 Pot of Duality in my Chain Burn deck? You got another thing coming, buddy. Alright, so Scapegoat at 3 is cool. I know a lot of people are going to think, you know, Plasma shit, okay, yeah, that'll last like a week. And then you'll realize, damn, you're going to be real salty when Plasma just gets bottomless all day and night and you use all your goats. It's still a fun card. I don't really think it should have been at 1. 3 is perfectly fine. Mirror Force at 3, I like this a lot. I actually said that this will indirectly hurt Gorz's playability because if everybody's playing 3 Mirror Force, that's actually going to be a pretty legitimate counter to Gorz at 2. And I mean, me personally, I just think that you have to play more skillful. Now, basically, every time you go in with more than 1 monster, you're potentially at risk. So it's like play smart and Mirror Force at 3 won't be that big of a problem. It kind of makes me want to play TGs again. Like, if Bottomless Trap Hole falls off, I will so play TGs this format. Oh, fuck, Strikers at 1. Well, whatever. Anyways, I like this format a lot. You know what I mean? Dragons are not a deck anymore. Prophecy returns to how it was before, which is like Obscurity. Mermails, they got legitimate hits, you know. It's going to be a lot harder to drop rank 7s in the deck. Glad Beast definitely got support. Any anti-meta deck. I'm going to say it right now. Neo-Spacian Grandmole is going to be fucking awesome because I'm going to side that card in all day and night against Ophion, even though Mirror Force is at 3. That might actually cause some problems there. Anyways, I like this format a lot. I think that a lot of people are going to dislike it at first, and then they're going to realize it's a lot slower than the last format, and I think they're going to end up liking it. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you for watching as always, and take care.